Hey friends, Brittany here, board certified holistic health practitioner, and I work everything through a functional medicine perspective. I'm going to try my best not to make this a long video, but I can't make any promises, but know that it will be worth the time. So as I've mentioned before, a doctor or a practitioner should not be described as prescriber, but as teacher. So I am here to educate and empower you. So with that being said, I am going to share my recommendations to support COVID-19 backed with true, real, modern scientific studies. But before I get into that support, you have to realize that prevention should be priority. What I am about to say is controversial, but it's okay. I am going to go there and say it anyways. But I am here to say that masks, lockdowns, and vaccinations are not going to save you. If you are paying attention to the truth and the real statistics and not what the fake news is reporting, you know that it is a 99% survival rate, okay? So if you were to study even deeper, you would see that the positivity rate is higher than it actually is because of the inaccuracies of the PCR testing method used to test for COVID-19. Yes, it is real. I'm not saying it's fake. It is absolutely real. People are dying, so we do want to protect them. But you need to pay attention as to why those individuals are fighting it so hard or dying. These individuals are the elderly or have pre-existing conditions. And why do you think America got hit so hard? Because America is one of the most unhealthy countries in the world. I made a couple of videos on this at the beginning of the year if you want to go back and listen to those. But the point of all this is to reverse any pre-existing conditions that you have and become resilient to pestilences like this and ones that are to come in the future. So think about it, guys. Why aren't we hearing anything about our God-given immune system on the news? Um, on ways to strengthen it. Why? Because there's no profit in it for the pharmaceutical companies. And look who controls the media. So look at every other commercial. It's for a prescription drug. It's pretty crazy. So just follow the money, guys, and don't become a victim to this fear-mediated agenda. So when it comes down to truly having a strong immune system, it is in the lifestyle you live. You hear me say this over and over. It's the lifestyle that you live. But it starts in the gut microbiome. You can't just jump into what you think is the healthy lifestyle without addressing your gut. So remember that over 80% of the immune system resides in the gut. So if you have a chronically inflamed gut, if you have leaky gut, you are definitely going to be immunocompromised. And I truly believe and have seen over and over that all disease does begin in the gut. So that is why I target this for each of my clients, no matter what they're coming to me for. I can go on and on, but I better stop there. If you want more on healthy lifestyle, watch my first COVID video, but I will move on to the supplements to support COVID-19 if you actually have it. So first on my list is vitamin C. So vitamin C, it's going to boost your immune system. It mobilizes those immune cells. It helps immune cells kill the viruses and bacteria and other pathogens. So it's a powerful antioxidant. It's going to protect those immune cells from free radicals, and it's going to reduce free radicals that are produced by respiratory infections. Vitamin C is used up more by the body for people with active COVID-19. So you definitely need it. Vitamin C helps the adrenal glands produce the compounds that help us adapt and deal with stress. Vitamin C slows aging and protects from disease. It helps maintain a healthy microbiome, which we want, of course. It's needed for serotonin production. There's so much more. And for decades, many natural health experts, including Nobel Prize winning researcher Linus Pauling, and board-certified cardiologist Thomas Levy, they have maintained that high doses of vitamin C can prevent and combat virus-caused illnesses. So I just want to share a couple of slides with you um, with some vitamin C studies that were done. And I just want to mention that there are tons of studies that have been done on all of these supplements that I'm going to share with you. I just chose one or two points from a couple of studies to share with you guys, but you can go back in and do your own research and just dig into all the other studies if you'd like. But this particular study says vitamin C has demonstrated favorable therapeutic properties and a good safety profile throughout a wide range of clinical applications. Administration of high-dose vitamin C as a therapeutic agent can favorably impact patients with viral pneumonia and ARDS, which is the acute respiratory distress syndrome, in severe SARS-CoV-2 infection, which is COVID-19, by decreasing inflammation and pathogen ineffectiveness and virulence, optimizing immune defense, reducing tissue and organ injury, and improving the overall outcome of the disease. Application of high dose of vitamin C can dramatically reduce the need for treatment with high doses of corticosteroids, antibacterials, and antiviral drugs. So vitamin C also can be effective for primary prevention of viral infections by boosting the innate immune response. In infected patients, vitamin C therapy may shorten the disease course and prevent complications of the disease. So just really good stuff, just really important points that I wanted to share with you guys. And hopefully it'll just help you have a better understanding on how vitamin C works. So I want to talk a little bit about acute respiratory distress syndrome, which can happen as a result of COVID-induced inflammatory cytokine storms, which is an overwhelming immune response that's causing immune cells to enter the lungs. This causes acute inflammation of the lungs and causes widespread damage to the alveoli, and this often leads to death. So if you don't know what a cytokine storm is, we have to know what a cytokine is first. So cytokines are inflammatory mediators that are released from the cytoplasm of the white blood cells, okay? So for the storm of cytokines to happen, think of fireworks, just fireworks going off. So this storm is the cells releasing fireworks from the cell, initiating a series of communications, but also causing a lot of ruckus. So, but there's great news. I just wanted to share this slide as it says, it is believed that IV vitamin C has been particularly effective by inhibiting the production of a cytokine storm due to COVID-19. So this is great news. It's just a great study to show that vitamin C can inhibit this production for this storm, which can lead to death. So I also want to point out that in late February of this year, the government of Shanghai announced its official recommendation that high doses of IV vitamin C can be used to treat COVID-19. So Dr. Mao, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he is the chief of the Department of Emergency Medicine at one of the Shanghai's hospitals, and he also co-authored the Shanghai guidelines for the treatment of COVID-19. So Dr. Mao strongly endorses vitamin C, and he speaks from personal experience. So at the very beginning of this pandemic, he treated more than 50 moderate to severe cases of COVID-19 with high-dose IV vitamin C, and reports zero mortalities. So that is amazing. And in addition, Dr. Mao also said that the patients experienced quicker improvement and shorter hospital stay than those that were not treated with vitamin C. So not everyone has access to IV vitamin C. So if you do get COVID-19, the best thing is to take liposomal vitamin C. So liposomal just means that it is a phospholipid molecule very closely resembling your cells. So it can go straight into the cell. So with this form of C, you can bypass the GI tract and it just goes indirectly, and you don't have the bowel tolerance complications. So if you can't do it intravenously, which most probably can't, liposomal vitamin C is great. So dosage for adults, for a trusted brand of vitamin C, which I recommend probably a buffered C powder. But if you can't find a buffered C powder, then the capsules are fine too. But I'm very, very picky with supplements, so that's why I have a practitioner dispensary. So getting sidetracked because my kids are making loud noise. So back to vitamin C. So dosage for adults, you can take about 2 to 6 grams per day as preventative measure. But if you are sick, you can take 6 to 12 grams or even more. So vitamin C is best absorbed by the body in dosages of 2,000 milligrams. So if you are doing higher doses, you want to divide up those doses throughout the day. And some will find their bowel tolerance of vitamin C. So if your stools become loose, you can just lower the dosage or frequency. So next on my list is vitamin D. Vitamin D shapes and molds the immune system. It acts as a source of power for our T cells. T cells recognize a very specific antigen. They want to begin to multiply and release chemicals to destroy. So without vitamin D, the T cells never wake up, which leads to an impaired immune system and an impaired immune function. So vitamin D also reduces the frequency of viral upper respiratory infections. Vitamin D is especially important in protection against viral or bacterial respiratory infections, and vitamin D is needed for bone health and muscle health and immune health and growth and so much more. So there is an association between severe vitamin D deficiency and mortality pertaining to COVID-19. So you are going to want to bring up your vitamin D level if you are not in the 60 to 80 range. And another study that I have here on a slide I can show you. And it says, we found significant crude relationships between vitamin D levels and the number of COVID-19 cases, and especially the mortality caused by this infection. The most vulnerable group of population for COVID-19, which is the aging population, is also the one that has the most deficit vitamin D levels. So again, vitamin D, very, very important when it comes to fighting COVID. You're going to make sure that you're sufficient. So next on my list is zinc. So this trace mineral is required for the function of over 300 enzymes and more than 1,000 regulations of gene function. And studies have shown that zinc serves a vital role for the immune system. It promotes destruction of foreign invaders and inhibits the growth of several viruses. Regular use of zinc in children have even been shown to prevent the flu. But now there are a lot of studies out on zinc and COVID-19 as well. The evidence strongly supports a link between sufficient zinc and the coronavirus. So 30 milligrams per day is good, but I took a little piece out from a scientific study, and I'll show this to you now. And this one says, the enumerated evidence from the literature strongly suggests great benefits of zinc supplementation. Zinc supplementation improves the mucociliary clearance, strengthens the integrity of the epithelium, decreases viral replication, preserves antiviral immunity, attenuates the risk of hyperinflammation, supports antioxidant effects, and thus reduces lung damage and minimized secondary infections. Especially older subjects, patients with chronic diseases, and most of the remaining COVID-19 risk groups would most likely benefit. So good stuff there. Next is quercetin. So quercetin is an antioxidant which is found naturally in foods like dark berries, like blueberries and red grapes and cranberries. But this antioxidant has been shown to be effective in reducing bacteria and reducing inflammation, but it supports immune cells and has antiviral properties. It's a very potent antiviral, and I'll pull up another slide here from another scientific study. And it says, furthermore, due to their lack of severe side effects and low costs, we strongly suggest the combined administration of these two compounds for both the prophylaxis and the early treatment of respiratory tract infections, especially including COVID-19 patients. So that's awesome, guys. So this is talking about quercetin and vitamin C. We've already talked about vitamin C. So just combining these two have a great synergistic effect to combat COVID-19. So next on my list is going to be N-acetylcysteine, or NAC or NAC. I'll just call it NAC. So NAC is an amino acid, and it's a fantastic way to increase glutathione and just boost antioxidant protection. But more and more studies are showing evidence to support the use of NAC as a treatment for COVID-19. So again, NAC increases the mother of all antioxidants, which is glutathione, but it also improves T cell response and it modulates inflammation. So another great supplement to take, and I'll just show you what I have here on this next slide from this study. And it says N-acetylcysteine is inexpensive, has very low toxicity, has been FDA approved for many years, and has the potential to improve therapeutic strategies for COVID-19. NAC administered intravenously, orally, or inhaled may suppress SARS-CoV-2 replication and may improve outcomes if used timely. So NAC, another great one to add to this protocol. And last but not least is a probiotic. So you're going to want to take a high quality probiotic. So these are your good gut bacteria. They're going to heal your leaky gut. They're going to reduce gut inflammation. They're going to boost your immune system. They're going to improve digestion and improve nutrient absorption. But like I said, you want a good one because unfortunately the majority of the probiotics out there don't survive past your stomach's harsh environment. So you're going to have to go back and watch my probiotic video to learn more and see more on the one that I use personally and for my family and for my clients. But that's it. So there it is, friends. To recap, it's vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, quercetin, NAC, and a good probiotic. Many have fought COVID off strong using these supplements. So if you know someone that has it right now, you are going to want to share this information with them. And if you want to do more research yourself, I posted a few scientific studies underneath the video for you to check out yourself. And there's thousands of studies, guys. So I just posted a few, and you can just do your own research, but you can just click on the ones that I have. And if you want to look and search for more, that's great. You always want to do your own research and never just take anyone's word for it. So do your research. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, share this information with anyone that you know that has COVID. Love you guys, and Lord willing, I will talk to you soon.